All right, welcome to the Row Gun. And today I want to do a quick, well, I won't say quick. I want to do a little bit more of an in-depth discussion of my experience so far with the Ruger Charger in 2022. First and foremost, to me, this is not a new concept nor a new gun in terms of being on the market. I've wanted a Ruger Charger for probably the better part of 10 years now. Um, when I first saw the Charger, this concept with the pistol grip extension was not there. Most of this was just, I believe it was just the wood stock version. When I saw this and the binary trigger, it was just a matter of time before I did everything. So first, I want to talk about the Ruger Charger as a platform, which should be really quick. It's a 1022, nothing more, nothing less to say. This in particular is the takedown model. It's got the button to slide forward to quickly take down, remove the slide. With the folding stock, it really just compresses down to nothing. You can go ahead and slide the barrel in there if you want to store it for extremely small situations. Obviously, this has been cleared. You can see the chamber's cleared. Everything's all good to go prior to use and making this video. But I really want to talk about kind of my experience so far. One of the things that I found difficult when looking at this rifle was kind of figuring out the direction I was going to go. So I really wanted to talk about why I went this direction and, ultimately what were some of my deciding factors. This is the Ferrotech mount. I'm looking here. I probably need to adjust that a little bit and get that further in there if it goes, but I'm pretty sure that's in there really solid. With the folding stock, everyone knows pretty much the benefit of putting I keep saying stock, a folding forearm grip on this. One of the reasons I like this design in particular is it folds off the side so that you can still use this as a traditional pistol if you want to hold it in your hand and go to range, or you decide you want to put the bipod on and sit it on a table and still shoot. It can still be used as a traditional pistol without much discomfort or change to the configuration. One of the other things that I found really interesting was using the riser on this pistol versus not using the riser. Initially, I was going to set it up without using the riser, and I thought about what the braces was going to look like, and the firing position and where my head and everything was going to be. And I'm glad I stuck with the riser, because in this particular configuration, having that riser on there allows me to see the red dot a little easier without my face kind of sitting really close or around this back area of the firearm. I can kind of create some spacing. So I'm happy with that riser. So that's one thing I really didn't see much on. I saw a few people with more of the pistol style red dot. I like this for this. It makes it feel like a little bit of more of a long range weapon if I want it to be. Obviously, it comes with the BX-15. I've purchased the BX-25 magazine. I've got another one as well, and it you need this if you're going to go with that binary trigger. You just need one of these. In terms of the binary trigger, that is the last and probably most difficult aspect of this pistol that I put together. I'll say I put it together in the middle of all this, but it was probably the most time consuming and not necessarily the most difficult, but it took a few tries. And the thing that everyone tells you about, or at least is highlighted in the videos you see online, is getting this safety in there. And essentially what it does is it allows you to switch from it's a little quirky when it's back, but it allows you to switch from safe to semi to full binary. I think I was just pushing on a weird angle there, but this is the safe position, this is semi, and that's going to be binary. One of the cool things about this particular, and you can see there's the multiple fire kind of thing. One of the cool things about this safety is it functions internally very similar to a 1022 safety. However, obviously it is rotating versus push through forward and back. So when you're installing this safety, a lot of the parts that they put in the trigger housing, including the spring that goes into the back here, as well as a safety detent spring that's underneath the safety that is probably the hardest part of the build, and they're pretty upfront about the difficulty of it. You're gonna have to kind of, it's a spring with a little pin on it, and you've got to push that into a hole while you slide. You know, that's kind of, there's the hole like this. You got to push the spring in while you slide the safety in this way. And yeah, I know what that looks like. That was not intentional, but that's exactly what you're doing. So it's kind of, you got to push down and slide through, and it's really awkward. But if you have the right tools, a punch, and plenty of patience, these big massive hands that are probably the whole size of the firearm in itself can get it done. So if I can do it, you can do it. Just watch the video, take your time. If you're not very talented with working on small little springs or working on little parts or toys, hobbies, things like that, stay away from it. If you are fairly technical and you can kind of work on projects by yourself, and you know you're a weekend warrior kind of thing, I would say it should be within your grasp. I've had great success with it so far. Everything operates as it should. I passed every safety check. There's some grittiness to the safety, but it's never stopped working. That's why I said it's a little funky when you push it back, but it does engage properly. I checked my install. I actually took it apart once and reassembled everything. Everything is done properly. So I absolutely love shooting this thing. I've taken the range probably about a dozen times so far since having this on here, and actually the since I put the binary on, this was put on probably half of those times so far. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty accurate. At 20 yards, I can keep it within, you know, a pretty decent circle. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to be plinking away in a competition using something like a binary, but it's weirdly fun. There has not been a time I've taken this to the range and every single person, or at least the two bays next to me, kind of look at me with a smile, nodding their heads like that must be fun. They don't necessarily know what they're looking at, but they know this is an amazing, fun toy to take out. So every now and then I'll let someone shoot it. You know, for me, it's always a blast watching someone kind of experience the pull, because most people do the pull and let go, and it's pop pop, pop pop, pop pop. So they're double tapping before they even really understand it. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next to this thing. I'm enjoying it so much right now. I don't know that there's a reason to do much more. It's a 1022, essentially. Maybe I'll do something barrel-wise. One of the things I do want to talk about, specifically why I went with this setup. I took a look and I was searching and searching. I really spent a lot of time looking at some of the other stocks that were out there, specifically some of the ones that switched out the original 1022 hardware into something else. But I think Ruger did it right in this case, with the Magpul, I won't say Magpul, I'm sorry, the AR style pistol grip. I do like that. That really gives me the AR feeling. I don't really feel the need to change the platform. It's not overly heavy. It's not too light. It kind of feels just right for me. So I just went with the folding stock. I love the skeleton design. I think it just looks badass, man. It's just something that takes the range, and you know, everyone knows it's a 22, but everyone smiles like I'm shooting a semi-automatic or a rapid fire 308 with the accuracy of a 22. So I'll tell you what, I'm a big kid. It makes this big kid smile. It makes other big kids smile. And if you want something that's pretty fun, easy to take to the range, easy to store, it stores right in the charger bag just like this. Obviously with the pistol grip on there, it's a little thicker than it would normally be. So you figure that, you know, kind of sticks out like you've got the magazine sticking on the side, but it's been pretty solid so far. Haven't really noticed anything in terms of extra weight. It is just more fun to shoot. Originally, I did have, I think that's probably what it is. I had the bipod on there for shooting off the table before I had this pistol brace on there, and that felt a little nose heavy and just annoying to carry around in that configuration in the bag. So I really, you know, it's a little bit bigger and clunkier with this big brace sitting off here. But I'll tell you what, that makes up for it all at the range. It's that much more fun. You can pick it up, use it more like a traditional firearm, something you're used to using, and then that binary trigger on there just makes you feel like you're having way more fun than you are shooting something way bigger than you are. And like I said, I mean, I let a guy shoot this thing yesterday, and the first thing he said was, "It's amazing how it stays on target. I love this. I have a 1022, but I need to build one of these." So Ruger, I don't know if you're listening. You should somehow include like a kickback to everyone that buys one of these and gets a binary trigger, because I think we're selling just as many of these 10 years after they came out as you did when they first came out, because I must have sold 2 or 3 of these in the last, yeah, I may sell one of these a week is kind of how I feel. So yeah, I'm not asking for a kickback, but give us some kickback, right? So anyway, Rogun signing out. Hope you found this useful. Again, I like this setup specifically for what I'm doing. If I needed to use this as a self-defense gun, I'm not going to argue the efficiency of 22. What I will tell you is that 25 rounds, let's just put it into perspective. How many people would enjoy walking into a house and immediately being greeted by 25 quick change, another 25 bee stings in an area this size of the front of their face, that, let's just say, those bees are able to penetrate your face and leave little tiny holes? 25 of them, right? I mean, that's, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound good. And there is no animal that is going to into your trailer, your house, your going to attack you for some food out in the wild that wants to deal with this. So personally, I'm not going to say the 22 is my go-to self-defense rifle, but if I was hiking in the woods and I had nothing else I could carry but a backpack, mountain biking, hiking, I usually have a pistol on me, but this I wouldn't feel underpowered if I could carry 50 to 200 rounds of 22 ready to go in magazines and have this thing ready to go within 30 seconds, dumping I don't know how many rounds on target within 100 yards within seconds. So I just the thought in terms of the effectiveness of a 22. Again, I still choose a bigger caliber 199.9% of the time, but if it came down to it, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get stung with 25 bee stings that can penetrate skin, flesh, and come out the other side in 2 seconds. That just does not feel good. Does not sound good. Does nothing, no parts of that. So anyway, probably rambling on too long about that idea, but yeah, it's just interesting. Again, it's the things that you can do with this wonderful range toy are far outweigh kind of the cost of shooting it. Even it's just fun, just fun. You'll leave with a smile every day. And let's face it, I could put 500 rounds of 22 for the same price as 100 rounds of 9 at this point in time. So yeah, you guys can keep shooting your big boys. I'll be out there with my 22 plinking away at the end of every range session with a big smile on my face. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.